Tabletop, you start in a supine position, stomach facing up in the air. You bring the hips up by driving through the heels and contracting the glutes. At the top end, the hips should be even with the shoulders and the knees. Control that position up and then let the hips drop down and repeat. Make sure that the athlete's using their glutes to drive their hips up and pushing through the heels and not arching their back in order to lift their hips up. This way they're using the right muscle groups. In Spider-Man stretch, the athlete starts in a push-up position, brings one foot up so it's even on the outside of their hand, then they lower the forearm into the ground to hold the stretch position. As you're transitioning with your feet, try to keep your hips down and your body moving as one unit, not wiggling all over the place as you bring the foot up and back. Make sure it's on the outside of the hand. Slowly lower the forearm to the ground and hold that stretch position. In Centipede, the athlete walks out the hands as far as possible, controls that end position by bracing up their core, and then walks back. Make sure that the hands are taking small steps out, and at the end range there, the hips and shoulders should be even. That middle part of the body, once again, is braced up. As they walk back, you want to keep the knees as straight as possible to allow an active hamstring stretch. And controlling the motion out, small movements with the hands, brace the core at the end range, hips and shoulders even, walking it back. In V-ups, the athlete's lying flat on their back, and as they crunch up, the upper body and lower body lift up at the same time to meet overhead, and the hips should be the pivot point in this exercise, not the lower back. A lot of athletes may not lift up as high with their chest, they may be a little bit more leg dominant. So both upper and lower extremity meeting up at the top, even motion. In crossover lunge, the athlete's moving one foot diagonally backwards from the other. They're going to sit down, control that front knee movement as you're dropping your hips down, then drive through the front heel to stand up. So you're going to have to control your body as you're moving your foot back and diagonally, control the front knee as well, limit that motion, and then push through the front heel to drive back up. Crossover lunge is really learning how to control your body through lots of planes of motion and then producing force through the front heel to bring you back to the starting point. An alternating lunge jump, you want to make sure you drive through the front heel, time the movement with the arms so that you're producing force at both the legs and the arms. Land in an alternating lunge position, so you're switching in the air. Make sure you have control as you land and control before you start the next jump. But time it so that the arm swing, heel drive occur at the same time. Switch in the air, land and control, and reload.